Welcome, everyone. We're very grateful and honored to be offering church service on this Christmas Eve. Christmas morning is when it will be broadcast for Unity Center for Spiritual Living out of beautiful Clear Lake, California. We'll introduce the band later. And also grateful to Tom Hitchcock for opening up his home. We call it Studio Hitchcock, that we're recording in Oregon by way of Hawaii. We're just going to start with music. It's a music-centric service, and this song was written probably 6-7 years ago at least. It's called A Ray of Perfect Love. And here we go. 1, 2, 3, a silent night, everything will be alright. On this holy night, all is calm and all is bright. Long lay the world in sleep and in slumber. Long lay the world until a ray of light appeared. A ray of light appeared and shone down from above. Shone down from above. A ray of perfect love. Shone down from above. A ray of perfect love. Shone down from above. A ray of perfect love. We sing. Shine down from above. A ray of perfect love. Shine down from above. A ray of perfect love. Shine down from above. A ray of perfect love. In the desert darkness, a star shines bright. Wise men weep with joy at the sight. In the middle of a silent night, everything will be alright. On this holy night, all is calm and all is bright. Long lay the world in sleep and in slumber. Long lay the world until a ray of light appeared. A ray of light appeared and shone down from above. Shone down from above. It was a ray of perfect love. Oh, darkness, a star shines bright. Wise men weep with joy. Oh, the sign. Oh, the middle of the silent night, everything will be alright. On this holy night, all is calm and all is bright. Long lay the world in sleep and in slumber. Long lay the world until a ray of light appeared. A ray of light appeared and shone down from above. Shone down from above, a ray of perfect love. Shone down from above, a ray of perfect love. Shone down from above, a ray of perfect love. One more time, we sing. Shine down from above, a ray of perfect love. Shine down from above, a ray of perfect love. Here we go, let's sing. Shine down from above, it was a ray of perfect love. Shine down from above, it was a ray of perfect love. Thank you out there in Cyberland. And one of the things that I love about what's encoded in this song is a ray of perfect love that we really want to experience in our own lives. One of the many teachings of the great avatar, I think, of Jesus the Christ is, all these things I'm doing, you are capable of and more. I think it was actually, ye shall do and more. And it's important for us to remember that. It's not like, oh, there's the great one, and we're down here, the sinners, the ones trying to get there. The idea is we are capable, and it's inevitable that we can embody that. And at this moment, I'm just reflecting on many sweet moments over the years at Unity Center for Spiritual Living, that beautiful little building that's encoded so much. This time of year, I always feel a special presence of Jim Conlon and the way he just ripped on that full concert grand. I remember the day we moved it in my old white truck. Someone donated it to the church. The whole process. Many good times over the years there. Gratitude. This next song, we all love. And it is the gospel according to Robbie Robertson. And many of you know he's the great songwriter, band leader of the band. And you have to have, what's the best word? Some cojones to call yourself the band. Mm-hmm. And they were the band. One of my favorite singers of all time, because I love singing drummers. We were talking about this morning. It was a great Levon Helm that's passed. Got Danko's passed. Is Robertson the last man standing?
Garth is alive too.
Garth Hudson, the great keyboard wizard. Garth and Robbie. So this song was written by Robbie Robertson, and as I understand it, this was somehow left off their Northern Lights album, and then somebody realized what a foolish choice that was, and they put it back on. And it's called Christmas Must Be Tonight. And here we go. 1, 2, 3. down to the manger. Oh, see the little stranger wrapped in swaddling, the Prince of Peace. Wheels start turning, torches start burning, and the old wise men, they journey from the east. And how a little baby boy brings the people so much joy, son of a carpenter. Mary carries the light. Must be Christmas, must be tonight. That's right. It must be Christmas, must be tonight. A shepherd on a hillside, over my flock I bide. On a cold winter's night we hear a band of angels sing. In a dream I heard a voice, fear not, come rejoice. This is the end of the beginning, praise the newborn King. How a little baby boy brings the people so much joy, son of a carpenter. Mary carries the light. Must be Christmas, must be tonight. It must be Christmas, must be tonight. With my own eyes, written up in the sky. But why a simple herdsman such as I? Oh, then it came to pass, oh, he was born at last, right below the star that shines on high. How a little baby boy brings the people so much joy, son of a carpenter. Mary carries the light. It must be Christmas, must be tonight. It must be Christmas, must be tonight. It must be Christmas, must be tonight. There is the holy light. Thank you. Thank you to the Noeltones. Thank you to Robbie Robertson. And the gospel, according to Robbie Robertson, for this morning anyway, is, or this evening, because it's going to be broadcast on Christmas Eve and Christmas morning, is, to quote, I love that when a revelation happens, sometimes we question our worthiness, which is encoded in this song. Why a simple herdsman such as I? Like, how come I'm getting the call? And that's a beautiful reminder of we're more worthy than we think, almost all the time. And I also like that it encodes Mary carrying the holy light. More on that later. Thank you, gentlemen. This song was written, I believe, last year. In each of us, a strength is born. Continually, we have that opportunity to revive, to rehabilitate, to reconnect. I'm feeling the Reverend. With our strength. And our truest, deepest, and greatest strength is always our love. We've been talking about this a lot lately. In the communities I've been in, both here and in Hawaii, and by extension in Northern California. And that's, a lot of people have been leaving the planet for various reasons, and I've been called to help facilitate, participate in memorial services, or what we like to call celebration of life. And what I've been noticing is, and someone called this out that was running a service, I was a participant, how we really want to say all those things that you might at a celebration of life, the deep truth, the thing you really appreciate about someone, that you love them and why you love them, what you appreciate about them specifically, what you're grateful to them for specifically. Don't wait till they're gone. Like, bring that forward. Start to do that more. Bring more love. Bring more of the strength in you. And that's what this song speaks to. 2, 3, and... Whoops, one more time. I think it starts on C. My fingers play G. One more time. It is live here from the Church of Tom Hitchcock. More on that later. 2, 3, and... One more? Come on. In the early morning mist, as the dawn has broken, through many lives and many souls, these words have been spoken. Oh, glory be to God above, in excelsis Deo. Walk the path of abiding love, trod on the straight and narrow. Oh, once again at Christmas time, light is returning. In each of us, a strength is born from our deepest yearning. And once again at Christmas time, the sun has arisen. Oh, in each of us, a strength is born through the gifts we're given. Oh, the wonders of this love, each moment full of glory. It's like a life you've been dreaming of. What a beautiful story. hearts broken through many lives and many souls. These words have been spoken. Oh, glory be to God above. In excelsis Deo, walk the path of abiding love, trod on the straight and narrow. Once again at solstice time, the light is returning in each of us. A strength is born through our deepest yearning. And once again at Christmas time, the sun has arisen, and in each of us a great strength is born through the gifts we're given. Oh, the wonders of this love, each moment full of glory, like a life you've been dreaming of, a beautiful story. Thank you. And I want to take this opportunity to reintroduce or introduce these brothers on we had a late night gig last night, and we're very grateful to be here in this cozy room with a crackling fire. And we'll give you a shot of that later. But on my left, you just heard some of the strength that's born within him flows through the love and the tones of his guitar. And I'm very honored and grateful to be playing again with Anthony Cusenza.
Thank you. Wow. Thank you, Peter.
My pleasure. And on my right, we were figuring out, maybe has it been 13 years? Like that, overnight. A dear, I considered him for many years and still do. A recent father, a spiritual nephew to me, and I had the honor to be bestowed with the mantle of the godfather to his new son, Lennon Peter Alderman, and Ian, I call him Alterman, but Ian Alderman on bass guitar and vocals, and I'm so glad to get to dance with you. And behind me, we don't even know how long we've been dancing around. What, 25 years? I don't freaking know. A long time. A long time. A beautiful journey we've been on. I couldn't even. We're going to tell stories later this afternoon, but the great drum master, dear spiritual brother, we've done a lot of things together. We've had some journeys, a lot of men's work we've offered together. Christo Pellani on drums. Yeah. All right, we'll do one more song before we do the message. Shall we go to Hawaii? We'll skip the Ellies. Let's go to Hawaii because we did. We had church last night at an old Grange Hall that was refurbished in such a delightful way. You walked in and it was like a Victorian hall, just so inviting and warm. They served a delightful Indian dinner. A shout out to the Dorothy Gales Event Center and Radha Baz, who just brought it with a fabulous, it was her crew. We had such a delightful time last night. We took the roof off the joint. And it was billed as, I don't know if I have this right, Christmas solstice Hawaiian pagan kirtan. Okay, we pretty much cornered that genre. And so in that spirit, we want to offer, Maui is my home now. I come back to Oregon periodically, partly to do this and commune with these brothers, but Maui is my home. As they say in the pet adoption, it's my forever home. So this song was written many years ago on Maui, and it's a beautiful shout out and a testament to my deep feelings, not only from Maui and Haleakala, the House of the Sun, the great volcano that encompasses, one of the two that encompasses Maui, but also the sacred island of Ko'olave, which is now healing and coming back to life and vitality. As I understand it, it's in Hawaiian sovereign hands, and the Navy, U.S. Navy, saw fit for many years to use it as a bombing range. And it's healing. Things are changing. So this is called Christmas in Sweet Hawaii. Blossoms hang around our door. Together in our sweet Hawaii, we sing these songs once more. Oh, we sing these songs forevermore. The moon is high on Haleakala. Oh, gather round the fire bright. It's shining on this holy night. Yes, on this holy night, when a voice it calls to you, peace on earth and have no peace. blossoms hang around your door. We're together in sweet Hawaii. We sing these songs once more. We sing these songs forevermore. And the moon is high on Haleakala. Oh, gather round the fire bright, shining out on this holy night, on this holy night. A voice, it calls to you. Peace on earth and have no fear. The Aina, it speaks to you through the night so clear, through the night so clear. And it's Christmas, it's sweet Hawaii. Blossoms hang round your door. Oh, together in sweet Hawaii, we sing these songs once more. We sing these songs forevermore. We sing these songs forevermore. Oh, thank you, thank you. And Aina means the land, and more specifically, I was expanded in my knowledge of that by Hawaiian elders at Nobra. It means the land that feeds us. And I have the great blessing to live on a piece of land now that is, I don't have to develop a food forest, I just have to cut back the jungle. We have avocado, mango, tons of bananas, lots of papayas, etc., etc. We're planting more. So to honor the land that feeds us, and I've always heard the earth. When I was a kid, I could not feel God in church. I grew up in a Presbyterian church. They did have really good pastries, though, and the kids loved that. But I could feel, for lack of a better term, the holy presence in nature. So I had the great benefit of growing up in a place where you want to go play in the woods, and we'd spend all day in the deep forest, and that's in the silence, in the beauty, in the stillness, in the power of nature. That's where I could feel divine presence, and it still works for me to remember that. Well, moving right along, it's an opportunity for us now to go a little deeper, and we invite you out there in Cyberland to take an opportunity to go into a guided meditation. And Christo, who has many gifts, one of them is he's a great sound healer, and he's taken that journey very, very, what's the best word? He's very devoted to it. He has spent a lot of time studying it, so we're going to do a simple one this morning, but I just wanted to speak to one of the many gifts he's offered. Not only is he a great drummer, but he has a lot of other aspects to his offerings, and you can find him, Cyber Christo anyway, on soundformation.com. soundformation.com. Give him a shout out, show some love, and you'll get a better idea of the expansiveness of what he really holds. So we invite you to take a moment, go within. Invite you to close your eyes for a moment. Take a few deep, connected breaths. These holidays become holy if we make them so. Holidays can be a time of spiritual preparation if we allow them to be. And I invite you to breathe into this thought. Take the opportunity to infuse this thought into your consciousness, into the cells of your body. I am now willing to allow the strength within me to be born. I am now willing to allow the love in my heart to become stronger. I now choose to express that love to those I encounter. In a deeper, more clear fashion. So there is no doubt as to the expansion of my love. A few more deep breaths. I align and affirm that this Christmas Eve, this Christmas day, all 12 nights of Christmas become an opportunity for me to exponentially expand my delivery of love. I invite you to allow these tones to move you, to awaken things in you. To reverberate. Stay within, if you will. Another round of deep, connected breaths. And again, together we align, we affirm that we choose more love, more clarity, more peace. And together, in the group that is gathered here, really an unlimited group with the beauty of our communication through light, that we together choose and commit to the strength within us. Couple more breaths, deep, connected, open. Invite you to come back into the space. Open your eyes if you so choose. And I have a few notes I want to refer to today. I often do not use notes and speak from Spirit. So I'm speaking from Spirit with some reminders today. And this first part is by a woman who's had a great influence on my life, a great teacher of the Course in Miracles, Marianne Williamson. And she speaks to that this is a time of spiritual preparation. I believe I mentioned this earlier. If we allow it to be. We're preparing for the birth of our possible selves, our greatest self, who we really want to deliver to our family, to our loved ones, to the world at large, to the guy who cuts you off in traffic, to whoever. She talks about that this happens in the manger of the most humble places with lots of angels, and she refers to that specifically. I love that she's practical. The thoughts of God are the angels, thoughts like, I trust life, I am supported, I am loved. The more I support others, the more I receive support. Those kind of thoughts, expansive. They feel good in your body. They also happen to be true. And she speaks to something that happens in that quiet place where we're simply alone and listening to nothing but our hearts. Thank you, Marianne. It's not loneliness, but aloneness. The solitude of the soul, she calls it. I like that. Where we're grounded more deeply in our internal depths. Now, according to mystical tradition, the light of Christ is born unto the world, not from some external place, but through each of us. I like what Wayne Dyer, who passed a few years ago, he lived on Maui for many years, he said, forget being a Christian. Forget about it. Just try to be like Christ. Just try that. And that's a pretty good roadmap and simple. And I want to speak to something that is from the Course in Miracles. Many of you are familiar with this. It's, I forget what number lesson, but it's this Christmas, give the Holy Spirit all that would hurt you. And the only thing that can really hurt us is our thoughts. Our thoughts like, I can't trust other people, I'm never going to get what I want, these kind of limiting negative thoughts that keep us from our greatness. And to me, Barbara from Unity Center for Spiritual Living, you know what I'm going to talk about. Forgiveness. It was the great, deepest, in my opinion, teaching of Jesus the Christ was forgiveness. And Sandra Ray, who was a very influential teacher for me for many years, she used to say that Christianity got hung up on the crucifixion and didn't really focus on the resurrection as much. And the real resurrection, to resurrect our true selves, is forgiveness. We forgive ourselves for thinking your worst thought. Those of you in the congregation, you've heard me say this again and again, because to me it's baseline. It's important. We have to be willing to forgive not only that others who we think have transgressed against us, but forgive ourselves for our errors in thinking, first and foremost. And a reminder again that according to the teachings of Christ, what I have done, you can do also and more. And I want to close this part of the message because I'm very grateful to Unity of Clear Lake for offering me a framework to do a service that I call, as I mentioned earlier, music-centric, where the lessons are really coming through and embedded in the songs. It's not so much about a message in Unity Church, but this is a Christmas message in part from Dr. Ernest Holmes, who is the founder of Science of Mind that has now become Centers for Spiritual Living. Christmas is for remembrance. The love manifesting through our gifts to each other typifies the offering of life, the givingness of spirit to creation. The hands of the eternal are outstretched through our hands, and the heart of the infinite beats in our breasts. The giver must give of himself. That's where we want to draw upon our strength. For the gift without the giver, thank you, Ernest, is bare. Well, thank you. We're going to continue with the music portion of the service. And let's see. Oh, we have some fun choices here. Mary or Aloha?
Noel is a good one. Aloha Noel. But we should do that one, yeah, the Aloha one there.
This one? Mm-hmm. Yeah. A-L-O-H-A. So this song, while I'm grabbing my guitar, we had so much fun last night. If we're just a tiny bit ragged today, I forgive myself.
We didn't do this one.
No. So this one, I heard this. Where did I hear this first? I think on the radio in Hawaii. And it's a beautiful song by, this lead was sung it was written by a great bass player from the band Mana'o and Company, Danny Kennedy, and it's just a great song. It won a Hoku. It was like top song in Hawaii. And I think in the most recent incarnation, it was also sung by the great, and he passed 2 years ago, I believe. Could have that wrong, but a little bit ago, Kaulana Pakele, and it's called A-L-O-H-A, and it begins with the Hawaiian chant, E na lima pono e, which, as I understand it, means, by the right hands, the work shall be done. And sometimes we're given an assignment, a job, something, a relationship, someone to take care of, some task to do, and sometimes, let's tell the truth, we will shirk that. And this is about when you get the call to do the work, brothers and sisters, show up. And this is called A-L-O-H-A, and it's a beautiful, bouncy Hawaiian song. And we'll start it with that chant. E na lima pono e na lima pono e na lima pono e na lima pono People, are you listening to what it is that we say? We're on a mission to find a brighter way. If you and me make a guarantee, oh, spread a little aloha around the world. Yes, I know we can work it out and make this world a better place for you and me. We sing A-L-O-H-A. Put some aloha in your day. Spread a little aloha around the world. We sing A-L-O-H-A. Some aloha in your day. Yeah. Spread a little aloha around the world. Oh, can you imagine? All around the world, all around the world, little aloha oh, in every boy and girl, every boy and girl. Can you imagine? Oh, how beautiful life could be with a little aloha in you and me. We sing, spread a little bit of aloha, put a little love in your heart, take a little dip in the ocean. Oh yeah, uh-huh. Sing A-L-O-H-A. We put some aloha in your day. Spread a little aloha around the world. Spread a little aloha around the world. Aloha means hello. Aloha means goodbye. Aloha means I love you. And I'm gonna take this higher. We're gonna go with a little aloha. That's right. Touch the sky with a little aloha. We sing A-L-O-H-A. Put some aloha in your day. Spread a little aloha around the world. Oh, people, are you listening to what it is the Noeltones say? We're on a mission to find a brighter way. Oh, if you and me, we make a guarantee. Spread a little aloha around the world. I know that we can work it out, make this world a better place for you and me. We sing A-L-O-H-A. Put some aloha in your day. Spread a little aloha around the world. Yes, I know we can work it out. Together we can make this world a better place for you and me. Oh, can you imagine? All around the world, little aloha every boy and girl. Can you imagine how beautiful life would be? Oh, a little aloha for you and me. So we're gonna spread a little bit of aloha, put a little love in your heart. Come on, take a little dip in the ocean. Oh yeah, we sing A-L-O-H-A. Put some aloha in your day, yeah. Spread a little aloha around the world, around the world. We sing E na lima pono e na lima pono e na lima pono e na lima pono e. Wow. Thank you, Danny Kennedy, for writing just beautiful, beautiful song. And it encapsulates part of what I feel living on Maui and being called back there. And that was definitely, I was at yet another celebration of life, and this woman who was the partner of this great soul who passed. He helped so many people on Maui, and straight up, if it wasn't for Mark Sheehan, there would not be McKenna State Beach. That is mighty. He took that on. He helped so many people in the community and had a bigger vision of we can stop the development of this. If you see, or if you had the great privilege to be at McKenna Beach, and you can see it's wild and free and by and large undeveloped. There are no big condos on that beach. It is in the hands of the Hawaiian people and those who are blessed to visit Maui and be part of it. So, and she spoke to, in a very powerful, clear way, not just what a great man he was, but the challenges that they faced in their relationship. And she just point blank said, it was a soul contract. And something about that struck me. And I've been noticing how many soul contracts I've signed. And when I look at them that way and say, what? I'm not getting appreciation after all I've done for you. We all know these and that's the thanks I get. I go, well, you know what? It's a soul contract. I'm lucky to be showing up for you. So this one, I love this song, even though I wrote it. I should love it, I guess. But some of them, it's like children. Can you love one child more than another? Good question, I guess. I'm thinking on that one now. I pose these metaphysical questions and then I ponder them. This one is called Mary and the Nazarene, and this song speaks to the container. I think of it as a crucible, the container of relationship. And I love what Eckhart Tolle says about relationships. He goes, relationships, I'm not going to do my imitation of his voice. That would be unseemly. Relationships are the sadhana of the West. Sadhana means the spiritual work. That's where our greatest pain lives. That's where our greatest joy lives. That's where our deepest satisfaction can come forth. And not just relationships with your significant other, but, you know, I love what the Course in Miracles says. There are no accidents. Everyone we meet, we can have a deep and powerful effect on. So this speaks to the Essene gospel, and the kind of relationship that would allow a great avatar to enter, and the preparation that was done to make that happen, actually. It's called Mary and the Nazarene. And when we do this in church, and we did it in the hall last night, and it was delightful. I have, just so you know, you feel free to do this, I would have the women First of all, the men, and I used to joke, the men, you get one word for your part, 2 syllables. It's easy. And I would have them sing the word Mary, the song is called Mary and the Nazarene, with all the respect, the love, the honoring, in whatever way you can encode that, feel that, connect with it. You put that into that voice. See? Mary. The men would sing that with reverence, honoring the divine feminine, however you can get there, through your partner, your mother, your dog, whatever you can connect to that with. Mary. And then the women would sing back, and the Nazarene. Same thing, honoring that divine masculine. And it was inspired by chanting at the... What's the guru? My organization is City Yoga? City Yoga. Tom was part of that for many years. And, well, this is a good opportunity to not forget to honor the 5th Noeltone,
Yes.
Tom Hitchcock, who has been a stalwart. He just loves our music. He's helped us with sound. He's helped us with drum repair, with general good vibes, with...
Space when we need it.
With what?
Space
when we need it, yes. And I forget why I was thinking about that. I went out of my body. But just to honor Tom. City Yoga. Thank you. I went to an all-night chanting, and what they did something... They do it in some temples in India, but the men and the women, which is typical, they'll sit on different sides of the temple, and there's an aisle up the middle. And the women would sing a chant, and the men would sing back to them. And you do this for hours, and man, you're feeling pretty good after a couple hours of this. And you'd feel this divine feminine love wash through you, like you'd sing... the chant would say something in Sanskrit like, trust God in all his forms. And the women would sing that. You'd feel it wash through you. You'd get charged up and you'd sing it back to the women. So that kind of inspired the form of this song. So it's called Mary and the Nazarene. was a baby boy. This child born in joy, this child born in joy to Mary and the Nazarene, to Mary and the Nazarene, to Mary and the Nazarene, to Mary, to Mary, to Mary, to Mary. Thank you. Thank you. And please feel free, and we encourage you to donate to the church, and we'll get something up with that information, because they have kept us going through the pandemic. And one of the beautiful things about this communication through light cables, is how I like to think of it, is we've been able to transmit our music and our love and our brotherhood literally to the world. And that's one of the great gifts of the pandemic, that we've been able to do this. And we thank you from the bottom of our hearts. The Noeltones from Studio Hitchcock in beautiful Talent, Oregon. Gratitude.